Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this webinar. I am Andrea Schermerhorn, the Senior Sales Manager of Exhibits and Sponsorships for NHIA's annual conference. Our hope is that after reviewing the exhibitor and sponsorship opportunities available to you through the virtual platform, that you have a better understanding of what you can expect at our virtual conference in April. Joining us on this call is Jennifer Sharon, Chief Operating Officer for NHIA, and Ashlyn Oberholzer, Vice President of Membership and Business Development. Before we get started, I would like to turn it over to Jen to talk to you a little bit about what NHIA has planned for 2021.
Thanks, Andrea, and thank you to everyone for taking the time to hear about the details of our upcoming virtual conference. We are very excited to share some updates about the home and specialty infusion industry, as well as various ways we are focused on not only providing quality education, but keeping you connected during this unprecedented time. If you have questions or suggestions, please feel free to submit those at any time via the question or chat tab. First, I'd like to provide a few updates regarding the association and the industry. As you can imagine, the home and specialty infusion industry has played a key role during this public health crisis. Providers have worked with health systems to move more patients home to increase hospital capacity for the most acute patients. They have focused on expanding core therapy capacity to keep our most vulnerable populations in the comfort and safety of their homes. They have also quickly and safely expanded capabilities in therapies like oncology, again focused on the protection of the patients most vulnerable to COVID-19. In recent months, NHIA has been working closely with Operation Warp Speed, HHS, and CMS to solidify the pivotal role home and specialty infusion providers can play in vaccines, as well as the newly released treatments for COVID-19 positive patients at high risk for hospitalization. Our providers are playing key roles in field hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, and other outpatient facilities to ensure patients have access to these life-saving treatments. The association is at an all-time high for membership levels, serving small local providers as well as the large nationals. More from Ash on this in a little bit. The important work of our legislative and regulatory teams is putting home infusion on everyone's mind. I personally finally feel we are seeing widespread knowledge about the important value of home infusion. If you're wondering, should I exhibit? Should I sponsor? Do I need to get in front of customers? Is this worth it? The answer is yes. Now is not the time to take your foot off the gas. The industry is growing, NHIA is growing, and we are moving at a very fast pace. Our home infusion providers need to connect with business partners now more than ever. Now let's talk a little bit about our conference. Really, since the cancellation of our 2020 event, we have been working diligently with our business partners to ensure our virtual event incorporates best practices, unique connection opportunities, as well as our world-class education. We have tested the platform with a fall event, incorporated feedback from attendees and business partners, and focused our efforts on keeping you connected by offering a plethora of opportunity to get your name, products, and services in front of the right people. We are using a professional production crew for all of our education programming to ensure a high-quality, state-of-the-art educational experience. Industry data for healthcare conferences are experiencing 1.5 to 2 times the number of attendees for virtual events. NHIA is offering more than 40 CE activities and allowing access to the platform for 1 year. Don't think of your support as a 4-day event. Look at this as a full year of exposure to a wide range of stakeholders in the home and specialty infusion. Keeping you connected is our focus. We will be doing this via live chat speakers, live stream education channels, small group infusion side chats, games, contests, as well as our infusion trek, our virtual 5K to support the foundation. Looking for alternatives to connect? Let us know. We have custom programs available. If you're used to taking a group of people out to dinner, again, contact us. We have small group availability to provide these activities. As you can probably tell, even in these challenging times, I'm excited about the home and specialty infusion industry, the direction of the association, and especially the conference. Again, I thank you for taking the time out of your day today to listen and understand about the industry as well as our conference. At this time, I'm going to hand it over to Ash. Ash?
Thank you, Jen. Thank you all for supporting NHIA's annual conference this year and learning more about what we have planned for the future event. I wanted to take the opportunity to review NHIA's supplier membership and NHIA's membership in general. I'm pleased to announce that NHIA has experienced 10% year-over-year growth in membership over the last several years. We've actually added over 75 new members to our association in the last 2 years. To Jen's point, the industry is growing and NHIA is growing. With NHIA membership, both in and outside of the conference, you gain access to more than 10,500 home infusion and industry professionals. We have a host of opportunities to connect with our members both in and out of the conference. We encourage you to take advantage of membership, not only with signing up for the conference for the robust membership packages and discounts, but also throughout the course of the year. We offer member-only benefits to connect, reach, participate in the association at a very high level. Furthermore, I would encourage you to consider membership to plug into the association, to understand what is going on as far as latest industry news and trends that'll impact your organization as well as your customers. I've talked to many folks who have signed up for membership that have plugged their sales leaders in, their executives, just to understand what it is that's going on in the industry and gain access to our tools and resources. If you have additional questions about membership, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to schedule a call to review NHIA's supplier membership options. You can also reach our team at membership@nhia.org. Andrea, I'm going to turn it over to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen and Ash. That was very helpful information. The NHIA annual meeting was originally scheduled to be held February 27th to March 1st in Austin, Texas. Obviously, after careful consideration, our attendees, members, and staff, we've decided to move the conference to a virtual platform. Due to this decision, we were able to push the conference out a few weeks so to better plan and execute all of the online education for attendees. Even though the virtual live portion of the conference will only be held for 4 days, exhibitors will have the opportunity to connect with attendees for up to 90 days post-conference. The platform will remain open for that duration of time, and as attendees will be driven back to the conference to catch up on any education they have missed. At the same time, they will also be able to connect with exhibitors from your virtual exhibit booth. Let's start off by talking about the benefits of the NHIA virtual meeting. Content. Even though we'll not be able to meet face-to-face, this meeting will still be able to present full educational content to all attendees. That includes all CE credits that are normally available for an in-person event. Access. With over 1,400 attendees at our annual conference in 2019, NHIA has seen their attendee base increase over the last several years. And we anticipate an increase of attendees for the 2021 meeting due to the ease of attending virtually. Finally, let's talk about engagement aspect of the online conference. As an exhibitor, you will still have the full ability to engage with attendees through your exhibit booth in multiple ways. As we move forward with this presentation, we'll show you how you can take advantage of those opportunities. The online platform that NHIA has chosen is Cadmium CD. This platform is used by hundreds of associations across all disciplines for their live in-person meeting. As associations started to transition from virtual, Cadmium CD was the platform they continue to choose because of their extensive knowledge of what associations need. They've completed over 100 virtual events with great success. Because Cadmium CD is so familiar with the needs of associations, they have developed their platform to include all the benefits that exhibiting companies would get while in person. There is the opportunity to video chat with attendees, hand out collateral, and collect those ever important analytical leads from attendees. NHIA has been using Cadmium for several years now to manage their speakers and assist exhibitors with the booth rental and managing tasks to complete for the conference. So NHIA felt it would be an easy transition for exhibitors and attendees. Now you're probably asking, how will attendees find me on a virtual platform? From the homepage of the conference platform, there's a dedicated tab just for exhibitors. From here, attendees will be able to view the listings of exhibitors by company or category. Once they click on which option they would like to view, they're taken to the list of exhibitors. From here, you can see that your company logo will be prominently displayed for attendees to see. Once they click on your booth, it takes them inside your booth space. Now let's take a deeper dive into what exactly your online exhibit booth will look like and be able to do for you and for attendees visiting your booth. This is what the inside of your exhibit booth looks like to attendees. Attendees will open the booth to your company details page. On this page, you'll have the ability to create a custom banner that can be displayed across the top of your booth. You'll be able to upload a small, less than 2 megabyte video about your company, and you'll be able to provide a detailed company description. From this view, attendees will be able to request additional information, view your website, and download brochures, along with viewing which company categories you fall into. From here, you'll be able to have access to the giveaway opportunity. This button is provided and can be linked to an outside form of your creation. Have attendees answer specific questions that you create and enter them into a drawing or other promotional giveaway that you develop. It's a wonderful opportunity to gather additional data from attendees. Next, attendees can click on the Contact Info tab. From here, they'll be able to gather your company's information along with up to 4 staff members that will be a part of your virtual booth. The Resources tab allows you to link up to 6 PDFs, 6 web links, and 6 images for attendees to view and download. This is a great library resource of information about your company and product or services that attendees will have access to. From the Video Chat tab, attendees will be able to connect with those members of your company who are manning your virtual booth. Much like a live conference, attendees can pop in and out of video chats with various staff members of your booth. Each company is allowed a maximum of 4 representatives. Attendees will be able to hover over each individual's name to find out what dates or times they are available for live video chat. We encourage exhibitors to have at least one person man their booth during dedicated exhibit hall hours. The final tab on your virtual exhibit booth shows your participation in the Infusion Quest gamification that NHIA has utilized for their in-person meetings in the past. This is a great additional opportunity that can be added to your exhibit booth to garner additional attendee traffic to your booth. Now that you've seen what your exhibit booth will look like, let's take a look at what sort of analytics are available for you to capture those ever important leads that you would normally gather at an in-person event. Inside your exhibitor portal, not only will you see a list of tasks that will need to be completed to help you build your virtual exhibitor booth, but you will also see a link to your lead retrieval report. From here, you'll be able to pull the reports for each section of your exhibit booth. The lead retrieval will tell you who clicked on your booth, downloaded your documents, clicked on your web links, and so much more. Once you've pulled your lead retrieval reports, you'll see a drop-down menu of attendees who viewed your booth. The top overall number will show everyone that viewed your booth, but the details below will only show those attendees that opted to share their information with exhibitors. From the list of attendees, you can delve deeper into what each attendee viewed in your booth. By clicking on each individual's name on the Engagement tab, this will show you detailed information about each individual attendee and what they clicked on while within your booth space. On the About tab of that individual, you will be able to pull their contact information if they opted to share that through their profile with exhibitors. Now that we've taken a look at the exhibit booth in a virtual setting, let's take a look at sponsorship opportunities that are available to you on this platform. There are multiple opportunities for online content, sponsored content, engagement, and brand exposure. We'll take a brief tour through each of these for a better understanding of each. Engagement in the virtual community is key to that connection that exhibitors and sponsors are looking for with attendees. NHIA has provided multiple engagement opportunities through sponsored content, networking, and Infusion Quest. All of these opportunities come with their own analytics. NHIA also has multiple opportunities through sessions, educational tracks, and pre-conference seminars to sponsor the online content that will be provided during the conference. These opportunities are promoted through logo recognition, pre-recorded introduction, and/or commercial advertisement on the conference website. Do you have content that you're eager to share with attendees? This is your chance to present education content to attendees. There are multiple opportunities for sponsored content through symposia or exhibitor theater. Choose your own speaker and present a pre-recorded session with the speaker available during the presentation for discussion and questions with attendees through the audience response system. It is also important to remember that your content will stay up on the platform for 90 days post-conference for attendees to have the ability to come back and view or view again your session. Again, all of these opportunities have their own analytics available to them that you will receive after the conference. Choose your own speaker and present a pre-recorded session with the speaker available during the presentation discussion. It's a great idea, or it's a great opportunity to direct attendees back to your booth for additional conversations or information once your session is complete. NHIA is offering multiple opportunities for highly visible branding opportunities. On the left-hand side, you will see our navigation ad. This custom ad is linkable to a site of your choice and placed on the conference homepage under the navigation buttons. This opportunity follows attendees from page to page as they navigate their way through the platform to find the educational sessions they are interested in. On the right-hand side, you see the rotating banner ad. Your custom ad is linkable to a site of your choice and is placed on the homepage of the conference. This ad will rotate with other ads and is visible to attendees as they view the conference homepage. On top of all the information we've presented to you today, there is still plenty of opportunities for additional exposure of your brand to NHIA conference attendees. From commercials, the level of support for the National Home Infusion Foundation Trek 5K, the infusion side chats, and much more. Please make sure you view our conference website for all of the available opportunities. Now that you've seen how the virtual exhibit booth can still provide you with a lot of those same benefits as being together in person and sponsorship opportunities that allow you to engage and promote your brand, I encourage you to ask any questions that you might have to make sure you are completely clear on this new virtual world. My email and phone number are listed on the screen. If something comes up after this webinar and you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me for further clarification as well.
So Andrea, we had a question about some of the things that NHIA is doing to push or encourage attendees to visit the virtual exhibit booths.
Yeah, great question. NHIA is planning a series of e-blast out to attendees. We have dedicated exhibit hall hours. They'll be designed specifically for the exhibitors. NHIA will be encouraging exhibitors to visit attendees during these breaks and during breaks and during these dedicated exhibit hall hours. Constant communication with the attendees in the virtual world is really important, and NHIA has developed or is in the process of developing a complete program of how those communications will be sent out, or when those communications will be sent out, excuse me, via e-blast, know before you go emails, and detailed information along those lines.
I'll also just add, you know, we meet sometimes twice a week, 3 times a week, and this is our key focus is encouraging and how we're going to get folks to visit booths. And so we did have a small conference in the fall to really test that and learn about how we can encourage folks to do that. I think one of the best ways, even from an exhibitor standpoint, is to be using all the features that are associated with the booth and the video chats, which those are also being expanded in the Cadmium platform. Infusion Quest is another way to get folks to come to your booth. That's a trivia game with prizes and so forth. So, you know, again, I think that's what we're hearing for virtual events is that's the challenge. So we're hyper focused on ensuring that we're giving enough opportunity that's uninterrupted from education for attendees to do that, as well as other ways to encourage them to do that. There's another question here about do they get a list of attendees? How would you get a list of attendees?
Yeah, so you will be able to pull the list of attendees that visit your booth or visit your sponsored content directly from your exhibitor portal in the lead retrieval section of your exhibitor portal. This is obviously because of security and that sort of thing, we have to give the attendees the option of not providing their information, but NHIA has chosen to have that marked on, and so attendees will actually have to go in and turn that off if they don't want to share their information. But all of the information that they share, phone number, email, company, that sort of thing, are all available in your lead retrieval portion of your exhibitor portal.
I believe, Andrea, too, they can purchase
Yes.
attendees prior to the conference if you want to send out invitations or specialized focused mailings, so forth, similar to what you would do in a live event.
Yes, and I should say that the pre-conference attendee list is just mailing addresses. It will not have email addresses, but we do provide the opportunity to purchase a pre-mailing attendee list.
I think the other feature, you know, I think Cadmium actually has been such a great partner to us. We've been using Cadmium for a number of years for our live event, but they're adding new features all the time to the platform. And I think one of the ones that we're most excited about is matchmaking. We're hoping that that's going to be ready, but it will help exhibitors too to reach out to like-minded folks or people who are interested in certain types of things associated with this infusion industry. So we're hoping that piece will be ready for the conference as well. But I think the engagement piece, you know, it's a two-way street. The platform allows, like Andrea said, a lot of access to attendees. And so encouraging and reaching out to folks, inviting them to your booth personally, sending emails, chats through the system, I think are also a good way. We have a good question here about the video chat feature. Will that video chat feature allow exhibitors to see attendees online and allow exhibitors to connect directly with them? From experience in another conference that this exhibitor went to, that was a very effective way of them reaching attendees.
Yes, so the video chat is basically, think of it as your own personal Zoom room. And so I know for past conferences that I've attended, I just kind of have my video chat screen open on one of my computer screens as I'm doing other work, and then attendees can pop in and out of that and chat with you as they see fit, just like they would if they were walking up to you and just walking into your booth in a live meeting. I will say, though, that it is not exclusive. You can have multiple attendees pop in at the same time. So it is not closed down once one attendee comes in. There is the possibility that other attendees can come in as well. So it's always a great way to start a conversation, and then if it needs to be a more private conversation, obviously you can set up those appointments and times for another time to continue.
Great, thanks, Andrea. And then I think the final question we have right now, so I'll just say, if you have any other questions, please put them in the chat. Any options for message chat during the videos? So at the exhibit booth, can they do chat features versus just the video?
That is a great question, and I'm going to pull Lacey in to answer that because she would know better than me.
Hi all, I'm Lacey and I'm the operations manager with NHIA. There is an option for message chat inside of the video chat. Once you launch the video, it's very similar to like a Zoom platform. It's run through an online platform called Jitsi. There is a chat feature in there that you can open and chat with attendees in there, as well as the option to turn your video on and off and mute and unmute yourself. Cadmium is currently working on a messaging feature where you do not have to enter the video chat in order to use it. They are currently beta testing that now, and it may be available for the conference coming in April.
Great. I think one other, just something that we learned by hosting an event from some of the feedback, and we've incorporated that, really is testing your platform before you get to the conference. So inside your exhibitor portal, I think Lacey will add a task in that shows you how to test it. Please, please, please test that option. Some of the platforms or computer programming that you might use, or virus protection, things like that. Some people have had some trouble with that, and we have a lot of ways to work around it and help you with that. So I think that's, again, just word to the wise. That's one of the things that we heard most from our exhibitors at that small event, was that they wished they had tested the system ahead of time. So that's another good way to make sure everything works.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jen.
Yeah, and then I would just say too, someone just said, you know what, please make sure if Cadmium can get that message chat dashboard ready before the event. They would really like that.
Absolutely. Our Lacey, as part of our operations team, has weekly calls with Cadmium to work on improvements and suggestions. So that is definitely something that I know she's in discussions with them on.
I'd also say, like I said, we're meeting frequently. We're trying to incorporate best practices. But, this is your event too. And so if you saw something at another conference and you said, my God, that worked so good, I wish NHIA would offer that, please reach out to us. Let us know. If you saw something that had a lot of problems, reach out to us. Let us know. It's important that we get all the experience that we've all had in virtual events over the last year. But there's certainly, if you've had great or poor experiences, let us know. We may not be able to fix everything, but it may be part of the platform that we can talk to Cadmium about. It might be something that's an education opportunity for exhibitors. Again, we're open to any and all feedback about your experiences at virtual events.
Absolutely. And I will say that too, Jen, that many of you were kind enough to roll over your funds from 2020 to 2021. So if you have questions and you don't know how this will work and you still have these funds with NHIA, call me. Let's talk. I think I've reached out to just about everyone, but I'm happy to have these conversations and work out the way that this virtual platform can work best for you.
Absolutely. All right, I think that was our last question, Andrea. Any final thoughts?
Just again, reach out, ask questions. This virtual world is new to a lot of us. We know that it's never going to be the same as meeting in person. We can't wait to get back to meeting in person, but NHIA is dedicated and working hard to make it the best experience possible for the exhibitors. And so we really want your feedback on how we can do that for you.
Yeah, and I would say, jump on the website now. We have about 90% of the education complete and up and ready to go, so people can see what we're going to offer. We have the first ever global home infusion therapy conference. That's a pre-conference. We've been contacted with folks from across the globe, really, about the expansion of home infusion during these times of COVID. That's another great opportunity to expand your business line and understand from a global perspective what's happening with home infusion. So, and I think my final, to Ash's point, home infusion is growing, the association is growing. We're in a very positive direction, and we really hope to see you all in our virtual environment, and again, focused on keeping you connected with your business partners, really in this health crisis. So thanks so much again for joining us today, and feel free to reach out to myself or Ash or Andrea. Any questions, we're happy to have them. And then I think just a last quick thing is someone asked if we're recording this, and absolutely we are. And Andrea will make that available to anybody who missed it. Thanks again all, and have a great day.